Hi everyone. Just thought I'd put a quick update video. I haven't made anything for a while. I know I haven't gotten my Pro Street group build done for NYS modeling yet, but I am still plugging away on it. I was kind of stuck. I was trying to figure out headers for it without having to cut up the torsion bar suspension. I mean, as you can see, I have the Barracuda in paint. You can't, it just looks like a normal red right now, but the color is actually called Redline. It's a newer Chrysler color. It's actually the same color my 2012 Challenger RT is. It's got a really nice metallic in it when it's in good light. So that's what I painted the car. And I put the chrome trim on it. But the bumpers weren't very well chromed in the kit, so I stripped them and I painted them body color. And I put in the headlights. As you can see there's a bit of a glare, but I also have lens covers on them, and I tinted them. The engine's sitting in place. I'll see if I can get the body off here real quick without, tires are just sitting on it too. But here we go. Body in the interior, tub or out. So the wheels, I've got the disc brakes put in them. So I was concerned with keeping the suspension. I had seen a lot of people cut the torsion bars and the steering linkage assembly out, but I didn't want to do that. So I watched a video from, can't remember exactly who, but it was a tutorial on making headers out of solder. So I went and bought solder, and I took a stab at making headers for them, and they seem to come out okay. So I've got that. Then the next step is I just gotta make coilovers and leafs for the rear suspension. Put those into place, and then I can start painting up the chassis. But I haven't, I mean, I've been plugging away at it slowly. I mean, as you can see, seats or resin seats are made, the roll bars are painted. I've got the tail light lens assembly, tail light lens right there. And then in the car, I mean, I've got the tail light, the big part of the tail light in, and all chromed and all that stuff. I've been plugging away at it, but I've been playing around with some other kits. So another part of my big dilemma here is I've been playing around a lot with my 3D printer, trying to get stuff done. I mean, it's winter time out here too. We've got snow on the ground. I was getting the yard ready, but resin printing, and I've got to set up a room downstairs in our fish basement for it, because right now I'm just like working on my computer desk here. So as you can see, I mean, I don't have much room. I'm kind of stuck in here, and my wife's computer desk is in here and stuff. So I don't have my Yerba booth set up. I mean, I bought a lot of paints recently. I bought a bunch of Tamiya acrylics. I bought, if you look back here, I've got some Mr. Hobby primers. I've got some Mr. Color paints. I bought a bunch of Alclads, Pinnacle Hobbies. I also was down when I was in Toronto, Mississauga. I went to a place called Panzer. I think it's called Panzer Hobbies. And wow, they're just like trains and all hobby stuff, like our modern stuff scale. They have no RCs, so I bought a bunch of some more Alclads and some metal color stuff, and so I've been gearing up for that. But I got to set my room up downstairs. So that'll give me my paint booth and a little bit more permanent place to work and a bit more room. So like I said, I was just finishing off some kits, and everything I've been painting right now is with rattle can. So I started off this, got dust on it. I started off this I probably painted it about 5 times because I didn't like the way the colors of paint I put on. This is, I don't know if you can really tell it. It's a Tester's color shift color, and I didn't paint it on top of black. I painted it on top of a lighter color, and so yeah, that's what the Camaro looks like. I just went with that and the black. So I was building my Challenger. Before I bought my Challenger, I was looking at either Mustang, Camaro, or Challenger, and I was kind of not sold on which one to buy. I'm a Chrysler fan, but I've also had a couple of 80 Camaros when I was a kid, and I mean, obviously Mustangs are very nice cars too, and my wife really likes Mustangs, so it was kind of him and Han, and wanted to see what they look like. So anyway, I just built a couple of models. This is I think this is an 09, an EMT 2009 Challenger RT kit. It's just curbside, but I mean, I used my color match paint for my Challenger on the Barracuda, so I painted this in a metallic gray, and I made, those are resin rims and tires and brakes. The kit didn't come with those, so I just painted it up and put the black trim on and everything, and black cap. My car is a 2012 RT classic, so it's red with white stripes down the side and chrome 20-inch rims, so it's not quite as mild as this. But if I could have found a destroyer gray car, I would have bought that instead. But I do love my Challenger. But so I finished off this too, and I've been playing around with some projects that I started too before the Barracuda. I was on a duster kick last year. I built 2 dusters. I built one stock. I built one kind of a mild street version, and then I wanted to go pro sport. So I mean, I cut up a chassis, I put in tubs, I made a roll cage, got that stuff all built. I cut the front clip off of the body. I put in my edges to my door sills there, so, and then got the front clip together, just pins, some rod there with pins on it to put the hood on and stuff. It's going to be a tilt front end. I opened up the grill, and then just been kind of piecing together parts for that. And I've got this 32 5-window coupe. When I originally bought it, I think I bought it in like 96 is when this kit came out. There's the box art for it, so I think it says 96 right there. But anyway, when I bought it originally, the first thing I did with it was cut the roof. I took there's a raised section there, cut it out and made it a sunroof, and then I put it back in the box and I just kind of left it. So would have been probably April or something like that. I took it out, I cut the trunk open, I cut the doors open, I cut the roof off and chopped it, and I had to cut it, section it, and spread it apart because of lowering it. So I did that. Door hinges there. I've got to put one more on. It's there, but made the trunk insert for it, and then just recently I've been widening out the edges of the rocker panels, so when it sits on top of the frame you don't see any gaps between the frame and there. And I've been doing the inside of the door sills, bringing them out just so we can get ready for that, so there's no gaps. Here's the chassis. I kept the floor pan in there just so you don't see all the different sections when you put the interior tub and all this on. But so I've cut the holes in the interior tub for the hinges, and like I said, I've been building them out here and here on both sides just to close the gap between the body. So I've been busy with that, and I don't know if I can find the box for it, but and I've got there's the rad support opened up. I've actually somewhere over there in that mess, I've got might even be in the kit, the kit, but I've got a photo etch grill for it. I think I have a photo etched hot rod set from Detail Master. I've got, the doors and the trunk lids, the seat, and the seat's all set to go, and I've got the old flathead and primer. So I've been playing around with that, made a rad. I watched a tutorial from from Mark Baston. He had a really good tutorial on how to make rads. So I built a rad for it and all that good stuff. Trying to go outside of my comfort zone a little bit. I mean, I'm okay with the chopping and that, but some of the scratch building I'm not so good with, but anyway, or I haven't done it too much, let's say that. And then I had bought a bunch of rims from Amazon, and they came with metal axles and stuff, and I'm gonna use these for it. They're kind of sizable, but it's gonna give it a good hot rod look. I'm also still working on the suspension and roughing it all in before I get to paint it, but downloaded some more photo etch stuff from it, some different types of seats, more rat rodish seats with skulls on them, and some custom skull gear shifters, stuff like that, just to trim it out a little bit. So the whole plan here in the next little bit is get the Barracuda done in the next couple of weeks. And then I'll go on to the Ford and the Duster, get those finished up, and then go back into a couple more kits downstairs in my model room that I have started a long time ago. Actually, it'll be get the model room done and then get on the kits. A few years ago, long years ago, probably 5 years ago, being a Chrysler fan, I grabbed a Christine kit, Plymouth Fury kit, and I had a couple of Sidewinder promo kits. They were on sale when Walmart used to sell kits in Canada. They were $5, so I bought 4 or 5 of them, and I'm using a lot of the stuff from the Sidewinder kit and put it into the Fury. Like I did the whole front clip, the lights, all that kind of stuff. Changed tail lights up a little bit. I'll try to bring that upstairs and show you that. But yeah, so I've got that on the go. That'll get pulled out, but I'll try to get the model room done first. Then I'll pull that out, and I think I have a Tamiya, I think it's Tamiya, maybe it's Revell, Unimog I have to finish up too, and then I can start getting into a couple other things. Like when I went down to Toronto, I try to buy kits when we don't have a hobby store up here in Kirkland Lake in good old northeastern Ontario, so I try to buy them either mail order or whatever. But So I bought a few kits lately, and then I've got quite a big stash downstairs too. So we can get into some more interesting stuff. A couple of resin kits I want to get into, and then there's one thing I've been playing with. I can say part of my printing. I'm not sure if I can find it here real quick. Let's see. But the joys of a 3D printer. I actually I have a Mars 3, and I want to get a little bit bigger one now. I want to go to a Saturn 2 8K, or if I was really rich, I'd go to the bigger one. But the reason for it is I want to print whole car bodies. So I was online, and I mean, I first time I seen this car, I just was in awe with it. I know I print with translucent resin, so it's kind of hard to see, but I don't know if you guys can see what it is. I had to print it in 3 pieces, but it's a Holden Effigy, or I think is what they're called. It was a concept car, and I had to print it in 3 pieces, but it's got such beautiful lines. Like, it's an amazing car. So I want to be able to print that in whole. That way I can build one of those. Thinking that's probably going to be Pro Touring. And then, like I said, just going crazy with the printing. I mean, I've got like wheels and tires and brakes and stuff I've been printing, and probably going overboard. I've probably got enough for a while, but so here's a Pro Touring chassis that I downloaded, bought it, and with cantilever suspension, bought that. That's for that. And I have one other kit that I bought. Arrange the tires. Oh, here it is. So a lot of this stuff you gotta buy in like 1/8 scale or whatever, and rescale it. But this is a hot rod truck kit. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole frame. It'll get reworked. There's the frame for it, but it's a little box, and then it's got the doors and the grill support and stuff. It's going to be another project eventually, but like I say, kind of fun. And as you can see the bottom of my screen there, down here I've got a couple of things, shifter knobs and some skull rims. So those would be those what's the name, Moto Metal Punisher rims. They kind of look like that. I'm going to see if I can print those up, if I can get them to look half decent. They might be going on this with a, like skull steering wheel and all that kind of stuff before the other one. But anyway, just an update a little bit on what's going on, what I've been doing, and that I'm still working on the Barracuda. I haven't given up. I will finish it. Obviously not on time, but busy schedule, but no excuse, but it will get done. I was really looking at jumping into that content creators build with the Roadrunner because I'm a huge Chrysler fan. I love the Roadrunner. Tried to buy a few kits on at eBay. I kind of backed out once they hit to like the $60-$70 mark for buying the kits. But I do see there's a new issue of that kit out. Thought about doing that because it's due in January, but I don't know. I won't have enough time, but I'll probably buy a kit and build it just in the background. But anyway, like I said, not on time, but I'm still going with the Barracuda. And I hope you liked the video. One of these days I'm going to actually record, maybe putting some stuff through the software, or through the slicing software, and print them on the printer. I'm going to go through a bit of that if anybody is interested in that stuff. So And if there's any ideas or you got any questions, let me know. If you liked the video or any of the cars, give it a thumbs up. And let me know if you got any suggestions. Thanks. Have a good day.